Welcome to Virginia Medical Updates. My name is Alejandra Gonsalves, and today we're here again with Dr. Majid Fotuhi. Thank you for being here again with us, Dr. Fotuhi.
My pleasure.
Dr. Fotuhi is a Harvard and Johns Hopkins trained neurologist and neuroscientist. Dr. Fotuhi is widely regarded in the field of memory, aging, and increasing brain vitality in late life. He has numerous publications with 25 years of teaching, clinical work, and neuroscience research experience. He is currently the medical director of NeuroGrow Brain Fitness Centers, the chief medical officer of NeuroCore Brain Performance Centers, and affiliate staff at Johns Hopkins. Thank you again for being here. And today we're going to be discussing 6 ways that you can help grow your brain. Last time we discussed 6 ways that you can shrink your brain. So because we went over those 6 different things that causes your brain to shrink, tell us, Dr. Fotuhi, is that the end all? Is there something that we can do to actually bring growth back to our brains and be the ones that actually make that happen?
Of course. The first thing you could do to have a better, stronger brain is to exercise.
Okay.
Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and literally grows the memory part of the brain, which is called the hippocampus. In fact, people who walk 1 mile a day, 6 days a week, reduce their risk for developing Alzheimer's disease by 48%.
Wow.
It's very incredible that something as simple as walking can change the biology of our brain.
But it does have to be a consistent, you mentioned 6 days a week. It does have to be a consistent amount of exercise that we do in order to see the effects.
That's right.
Okay.
You need to increase your stamina in order for your hippocampus, the memory part of the brain, to grow.
Okay.
So a little walk in the park is better than nothing, but in order for you to see a noticeable change in your brain, you need to increase your fitness,
Okay.
your endurance.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so the exercise, will make sure that that's done at least weekly or every day is probably the best. What's the second way that we can help our brain grow?
Okay. The second way you can grow your brain is to have a Mediterranean diet.
Okay.
Food that are high in trans fats shrink your brain, but foods that are rich in good fatty acids called omega-3 fatty acids, which is found in fish, can literally grow your brain. One study showed that the higher levels of these omega-3 fatty acids in the brain are associated with a bigger hippocampus and better memory. In fact, if you just take these supplements called omega-3 fatty acid supplements, for 6 months, your brain improves to a level of someone who's 3 years younger.
That's great. So you're saying Mediterranean diet, so that brings me, I think fish, you said salmon, is that a great source? I know that you would give as an option for people to have?
Yes. Salmon is my favorite
Okay.
meal. I eat it 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
And every time I go to a restaurant, I usually order salmon.
Okay.
But the Mediterranean diet also includes lots of fruits and vegetables. Extra virgin olive oil seems to be good. Some nuts is good. You really want to try to avoid hard carb diet. And you definitely want to stay away from donuts and French fries and things that you know are bad for you. Junk
Okay.
food is really bad for you and your brain and your heart. So
Okay.
stay away from junk food, lots of fruits and vegetables, salmon, and I do recommend people taking omega-3 fatty acid supplements. Usually 1,000 milligrams per day is what I recommend.
Okay, great. That's a great option too for maybe vegetarians. If they're not having the fish, they can just go ahead and grab the supplements as well.
That's right.
So, okay, so what's another way that we can help our brain grow?
All right. So let's say you've done your exercise, you've had your salad with some salmon in it. What's the third way you can increase the brain size? The third way is for you to learn new things every day. When you learn new things, you stimulate the memory parts of your brain. And the more you stimulate those parts of the brain, the bigger they get. Use it or lose it applies to your brain and your hippocampus more so than it applies to your muscles.
Okay.
Try to memorize new names, try to learn a new language, try to be curious, have a sense of discovery on a daily basis. In fact, medical students who prepare for the national board exam experience a significant growth during the 3 months that they're preparing for the exam.
Oh wow, that's great. That's helpful. They'll need that on the exam.
That's
Is
right.
that is that something then you would recommend also for older parents or grandparents, activities that they maybe would do with their grandchildren to help that they're learning something new?
That's absolutely right. So you can't say something like, you cannot teach old dogs new tricks.
Yes,
you can.
You always hear that, yeah.
In fact, you should stop saying that, because elderly who think they're too old to learn, they're expediting their brain shrinkage because they don't use their brain, and the more they stay away from learning things, the more it shrinks. So yes, playing with grandchildren, going to the museum, learning about internet and how they can set up new apps, all of those things are wonderful ways for them to keep their brain in top shape.
Okay, great. So age is never an excuse. You can always do it. Okay.
That's right.
All right. So it's something else that we could do.
Right. So we've talked about the exercise, the diet, and learning. The fourth thing is to make sure you get a good quality sleep. Okay. If you have sleep apnea, you need to receive treatment that includes CPAP, which is a mask you put on your face. One study showed that patients who receive treatment for their sleep apnea for 3 months experience a significant increase in the volume of their hippocampus, so much so that it can be seen on a brain MRI. So you do imaging before and after. After 3 months, the memory part of the brain grows just because they started receiving treatment for their sleep apnea. Okay. So sleep apnea shrinks the brain. Treatment of sleep apnea grows the brain back.
Okay, and we discussed before sleep apnea, one of the key things to look out for is the snoring. So if you're having that or seeing somebody in your family that has that, you should see a doctor and get that taken care of. So
That's
that you're
right.
Not doing.
That's
okay.
right. I tell people that you should think of sleep apnea as a major risk factor for stroke and brain shrinkage, but fortunately it's reversible.
Okay.
Right. The fifth thing on the list is meditation. Stress and anxiety are ways you can shrink your brain, but the good news is when you meditate, when you calm your brain, the brain grows back.
Wow.
In fact, one study showed that if you meditate every day for 45 minutes for 3 months, you can see noticeable increases in the volume of your hippocampus. It's incredible. The part of the brain for memory inside your head is shrinking, growing, growing, shrinking, constantly changing with your lifestyle choices. And meditation, also prayers, are very good for the brain. I strongly recommend it.
Okay, so definitely something that we should make time for throughout our day, or even just during the morning or in the evening. It sounds like these are things that obviously we have control over that will definitely make a difference.
Right, so you can meditate 10 minutes a day, 4 or 5 days a week. You don't have to do it that intensely. That was for the purpose of a study. You can also try to breathe calmly, take deep breath. Try to breathe 6 times per minute for 6 minutes. Things that once you see your brain is getting too excited and is too stressed out, it's a time to take deep breath and realize, things are going to be fine. Right. And do your meditation.
Okay, things that will help your hippocampus and just get it so that it's not shrinking and you can help it to grow.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So if somebody stresses you out, just tell them, I'm not going to waste my hippocampus for you.
Right. That's great. No, that's really good because it is. That's what it comes down to. That's what it is. You're causing that damage if you're stressed out over so many things like that.
That's right.
Okay.
And the sixth step is to have a purpose in life. It's amazing how important it is for you to know what you're doing in this world and where you want to be in this world. Having a purpose in life has been shown to reduce the risk of heart attacks. It reduces levels of inflammatory markers in your blood, and you're less likely to get Alzheimer's disease.
Wow. So what would you say to someone who says, okay, well, my purpose is to go to work. I have to go to work. I have to pay the bills. How can they look to, use that, finding a purpose to make their hippocampus grow and not be affected?
So making money to pay the bills is not a purpose in life.
Right.
A purpose in life is, for example, to have children who are well educated, or to help humanity, or to be rich in the future. But you need to have a goal in your life and then take steps to reach that goal. If you're always just doing things because you think you need to do, that's not a good reason.
Okay, and of course it's affecting your health, which is obviously one of the worst
things. When you
things.
do what you love to do, you keep your brain and your heart healthy. When you do something that you dread doing, and you're doing it just because you think you should be doing it, you are ruining your health.
Okay, so of course, so many things that can affect it, but these are important things that we need to know about that will actually help our brain to grow. So the meditation, of course, comes into play with that. And obviously, because if you have a purpose, you have the time to meditate, then you could find that and see
That's
what
right.
it is
Many
you
of
can
these
do.
things I told you are interrelated. So when you
yes.
exercise, you feel better. You feel better, you sleep better.
Right.
When you eat well, you don't get those sugar highs, so you can think better, you can make better decisions. And then when you learn new things, you learn how to get around your day-to-day life, how to improve your job performance, or how to be better with your interactions with your family members. If you sleep better and you don't have sleep apnea, you have more energy, which means you can exercise, which then means you lose weight. If you meditate, you're calmer, you don't get to argument with your coworkers or your spouse. And if you have a purpose in life, you're calm and peaceful, because what you do is what you love to do, and you enjoy your day-to-day interactions.
That's great. That's so wonderful. It's really great information and a lot for us to take in and learn about, so that we're making sure that we're not having any memory issues later on in life, and really just having the most fulfilled life that we can have. So thank you so much, Dr. Fotuhi, for being here with us. Thank you again, everyone. My name is Alejandra Gonsalves, and we are going to be seeing you all next time and discussing more of these great topics with Dr. Fotuhi.